Hey, good evening, everybody. Blitzball Champ is here with a brand new video. Um, so yeah, I had to, I had to get on and make a video, you know, a pro wrestling video with some of the stuff that's gone down recently. I just finished watching WWE SmackDown for this week, and yeah, I had to make a video about some of the stuff that went down. Also, just in general as well. So, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So first off, I wanted to mention that Sasha Banks and Bayley had a women's tag team championship rematch on tonight's SmackDown against the current champs of Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Um, Ultimately, in the end, Nia Jax nailed a second rope crossbody onto both Sasha and Bayley and got the cover on both of them for the 1, 2, 3. Um, in the midst of this match, Sasha Banks um, had her leg seriously worked on, um, and which pretty much kind of sort of led to their downfall, considering the fact that she still fought back, and the match itself was still pretty good. But as the medical staff was helping out Sasha Banks and Bayley was there comforting her and being there for her, Bayley is the one that turns on Sasha, attacks her, beats her down, injures her, just messes her up. Interesting. This was interesting in two ways. Number one, I'm a little surprised that they did this on SmackDown instead of at Payback. But one thing that they've been kind of doing is after somebody loses a title or just after a title defense, typically there's a rematch at some point. So with the rematch being on SmackDown, I guess that's when they decided to pull the trigger on this. So I mean, me personally, it would have been nice if it happened at Payback, but you know, considering the events that happened with SummerSlam, with Sasha losing the red belt, the Raw Women's title to Asuka, and secondly, the fact that Bayley turned on Sasha instead of Sasha turning on Bayley. Um, this was quite interesting. I honestly thought Sasha was going to be the one to turn on Bayley. Just with everything being built up. Just from losing the Raw Women's title to losing the tag titles, and just I honestly would have thought that would have been what triggered Sasha to attack Bayley. But I guess when it comes down to it, the heel attacks first, which is kind of weird because the last time Bayley did this sort of attack on Sasha, you know, Bayley was the face. Bayley was the face. It's just I don't know. It's just really weird. I think this caught a lot of people off guard, like myself, because I really felt like it would have been more appropriate for Sasha to turn on Bayley instead of the other way around. But we could all agree. I'm sure we can all agree that we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming. It was a matter of time before these two would implode, and Sasha would eventually get pushed towards challenging Bayley for the SmackDown title, the blue belt. Um, but it'll be interesting to see when that happens. Because they had her rushed to a hospital. I'm pretty sure this is a kayfabe injury, but yeah. I mean, I'm sure things are gonna start maybe brewing towards a title match at Clash of Champions between Sasha and Bayley. We shall see. But it was a matter of time before this would happen. Um, didn't happen in a way that I thought it would, but hey, I'm all for it. And now they can really go to work on this rivalry that I believe a lot of people have been looking forward to. And here we are. So, mad kudos on that. Uh, secondly, the next thing I wanted to get into was there was a segment where there was a woman walking. There was some, smoke. She was wearing heels and she had like a fur coat, like some sort of fur coat, animal skin coat that you could see. But all you saw was legs and heels. Um that was like maybe a 30-second little promo. Um I've been conjuring in my mind some guesses on who I think this woman could be. And I'm gonna give you my best guesses on who I think uh this woman could be. One, Chelsea Green. We haven't really seen Chelsea Green, ever since she split from the Robert Stone brand, because now it's mainly Aaliyah and Mercedes Martinez. So part of me feels like there's a good chance it's Chelsea Green getting her main roster call up, which she's wrestled against Asuka on the main roster before. So, I mean, it'll be interesting, but I think there's a good chance. That's probably like my top guess would be Chelsea Green. She hasn't been on NXT since she left the Robert Stone brand. So I feel like this is probably the best opportunity for her to be on the main roster. So that'd be my first pick. It's Chelsea Green. Uh my second guess, and I know this is a long shot. This is a long, long, long shot. Tessa Blanchard. Now, I know this would seem very different from a gimmick that folks that have seen Tessa Blanchard would usually have, but you never know. You never know. But WWE has had interest in Tessa Blanchard, so like I said, I think it's a long shot, but it wouldn't surprise me too much if it was her. Just I know it would seem unlikely, but if it turned out to be her, it wouldn't be a crazy shock. Third, a Carmella repackage. I think it could be a Carmella repackage, return, something along those lines. We haven't really seen Carmella in a long while. So I feel like, maybe a repackage of her. This could be her. This could definitely be her. So I think Carmella is definitely a possibility. Uh Next, and I think this is also a long, long shot. Maybe Charlotte? I mean, those look like Charlotte legs. Those could be Charlotte legs. Those could be Queen like legs. She's about grace and beauty and all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, maybe Charlotte could be returning earlier than we expected. I mean, I figured she was going to return before the end of this year anyway, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's a long shot, but maybe Charlotte. Maybe Charlotte Flair. Another thought, I had was maybe Vanessa Bourne. This could be how Vanessa Bourne makes her main roster debut. That's another person we haven't seen much of on NXT as well. As a matter of fact, it's been forever since I've really seen Vanessa Bourne even wrestle on NXT. So, she used to be partnered up with Aaliyah's Born and Bougie, but they're not a thing. But maybe Vanessa Bourne. And then my last guess, and this is something, that I've been hearing others say, and I hope and pray to God that it isn't this woman. Eva Marie. I really, really, really hope it is not Eva Marie. I'm sorry, but she is garbage in the ring. She is garbage. All she ever was a pretty face, and I am not confident that she can be successful as a wrestler. Like, I put her a level below Brandy Rhodes, to be honest with you. But I really, really hope it's not Eva Marie. She's terrible. She's beautiful, but she's terrible. So I really hope it's not Eva Marie. That would, oh my goodness, that would suck. But ultimately, my best guess, Chelsea Green. That's who I think it is. But but yeah, that's what I think. But we'll see. This was the first promo of this, so I'm sure we can expect to see more. But yeah, that's my best take on that. Next up, we have a new number one contender for Roman Reigns' Universal Championship. And it's Jey Uso. Wow, if this isn't like some super publicity stunt, I don't know what else is. But I mean, hey, Samoan cousins wrestling each other for the Universal title. I mean, it's not that surprising. I mean, WWE's been very high on, Samoan wrestlers. And, this is a prime opportunity. It was originally supposed to be, in the Fatal 4-Way, it was supposed to be Sheamus, Big E, Matt Riddle, King Corbin. Sheamus took out Big E. He gets replaced by Jey Uso, who's, the current active Uso brother, with Jimmy Uso still out with injury, I believe. But yeah, Jey Uso won the Fatal 4-Way, is the new number one contender. Um, I'm thinking it's probably going to be a kind of angle that Roman Reigns is willing to destroy anybody, including his own blood, to reign as Universal Champion. And I'm sure, you know, I'm sure hoping that we at least get a good match out of this from these two. If I'm hoping they allow them plenty of time. But I'm thinking that's what it's gonna be like. Roman Reigns, is gonna would be willing to destroy his own family, own Samoan blood, just to stay champion, and especially with somebody like Paul Heyman in his corner. Um, but yeah, this is. I mean, this isn't too surprising. This outcome isn't surprising, and with this being a match at Clash of the Champions, it's like, hey, has potential to be a good match. I hope it. I hope it. I hope it works out to be a good match, and I hope they get plenty of time. To be honest with you, so so yeah. But next up, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Iconics split. So the Iconics and the Riot Squad, they had a kickoff match on at Payback, but which the Riot Squad won, and then turn around and on Monday Night Raw, they had a match for the number to become number one contender for the women's tag team titles currently held by Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. But there's a twist. So the loser would have to disband, would have to split. Tag team over. And the Iconics lost and had to split. I know this disappointed a lot of people, because I know there were a lot of folks big fans of the Iconics, and they've had one heck of a return and such. It sounds like my best guess is the reason why this happened is because I think Peyton Royce maybe is planning on leaving to focus more on the fitness competition. She's been doing those lately, like the fitness bodybuilding or whichever competitions. I don't know if that's something that's going to lead to her, walking away from the WWE. But I mean, it would just really be weird seeing these two as singles wrestlers. You know what I mean? So, which I know they were, single wrestlers starting off. They were kind of jobbers, and then eventually they paired up. But yeah, that's my best guess. Is that Peyton Royce may be leaving, so they had to split them up. A lot of people are bummed. I mean, I was never really a big fan of them. The only thing that I really liked about them was in their return, they actually got a tag team finisher. They actually had a finisher. So, but but at the same time, it kind of made sense. I mean, they just brought back the Riot Squad, so I mean, they gotta get them rolling for a bit. And the Iconics have had the upper hand on them, for a good long while. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what happens going forward with the split of the Iconics, because kind of surprised me. I think it surprised a lot of people, but I got a feeling is because Peyton Royce may be leaving WWE. So that's my best guess. And then finally, I wanted to end with something that really has been causing a lot of buzz lately. And there's two links that I'll put in the description box that are very similar. So apparently Vince McMahon put out an edict or indict or edict, however you pronounce that. Um, that WWE talent, can no longer engage with outside third parties, with examples including Cameo and Twitch. Um, and apparently they have 30 days from now, which apparently, from when it was discussed, would mean October 2nd. So they have till October 2nd of this year to cease and terminate all activities dealing with Cameo and Twitch, and who knows if there's others as well, or else they have a good chance of being fined, suspended, or even terminated at WWE's discretion. Now, just to give y'all an idea, I'm sure everybody knows what Twitch is. The gaming channel, where a lot of people do streaming video games, different shows, things like that. It's a very, very popular, widely world known platform. So everybody pretty much knows what Twitch is. That's a gamer or any sort of techie. Cameo. Now, Cameo, I just recently heard about and started using a little bit. So, Cameo, especially in the times that we're in, is a good way for fans to connect with some of their favorite celebrities, whether it be a chat message or get a video shout out like a birthday shout out or anniversary or advice, or you can ask them a question or any sort of thing like that. You can do through this app called Cameo, and they got a whole bunch of different celebrities. They got professional athletes, they got actors, voice actors, just many different people, and they even have pro wrestlers on there. As a matter of fact, I did two cameos, one for Mia Yim and one for Gail Kim. I actually did two cameo requests for them, and they each have different price ranges and stuff like that. But yeah, they're pretty neat. Being that meet and greets are really, really difficult to do, due to the EXO crisis. This is the next best thing, and it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat, especially for those to be able to make a little money. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. It's a neat app, and I've even made requests from it, so I recommend it. But yeah, Cameo and Twitch are two examples of or what Vince McMahon and the WWE wants their talent to terminate, to cease using, or they suffer the consequences of fines, suspensions, or even terminations. Here's what sticks out the most to me about this. So apparently there was a call, that's kind of the, an intervention about this whole announcement. And apparently it was said that WWE actually owns not just the ring name, character names of their signed talent, but also their real life names, like birth names. That's crazy. That can't be legal. Is that legal? That can't be legal. Is that legal? That can't be legal. Like, I've never heard any sort of job or company that you couldn't do certain things because they own your name, literally. That no. That can't be legal. But then again, I mean, as shocking as this may be, can we really be shocked? I mean, it's Vince McMahon. I mean, a lot of things have happened that really kind of shows his tendencies. I just find it really interesting how this could be what the claim is, despite the WWE superstars being labeled as independent contractors. Now, it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder about a few things. Number one, I was kind of thinking about, because lately there's been a lot of superstars that have been hopping on Twitch. I mean, Cesaro, Rusev, even though Rusev's not with the company anymore. AJ Styles, Mia Yim, Shayna Baszler. There's been a lot. Samoa Joe. There's been a lot of Twitch streamers who are WWE superstars. And there's tons of folks on Cameo as well that are current WWE superstars. Another thing it makes me wonder is Are these the only two third party platforms? Because I mean, would YouTube also be affected? I mean, because I would think that would affect people like um, Xavier Woods with Up Up Down Down and Asuka with Kana-chan TV. But I think, and I was talking to a friend about this. I think because I think WWE profits off of Xavier Woods' Up Up Down Down, even though he uses his name Austin Creed when he does Up Up Down Down. But I think WWE profits from it, so that might be safe. But I mean, what about Asuka with her Kana-chan TV? I mean, you know, but I just this is scary. It's really scary, and I think there will be a lot of pushback from the WWE superstars on this. I think it'll be really interesting to see how this goes. I do think it's very, very ridiculous because, I mean, you have to think, you can't really be too surprised that folks were doing this, especially with the pandemic. And just this gives people an opportunity to make a little extra money. Not only that, but to connect with their fans. Because meet and greets are pretty much non existent. And if there are they're mainly virtual. So it's like, I mean, you haven't been doing there's no house shows and there's no in-person meet and greets. So it's like, I mean, it's already nowadays, people have been, cracking down on just the thought of, superstars, WWE superstars using social media like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and things like that. But yeah, it's just, you know, Vince McMahon, just how can you be so petty? Like, not only that, but owning the real names of the talent, their actual real names? That's crazy. And the only thing that would really scare me is if there was some sort of hidden piece or just a part that just wasn't read in the contract when these people signed contracts that may be what is held against them with this. But I still don't think it's legal. I don't think it's legal, to be honest with you. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I just I expect there will be a lot of pushback from the WWE superstars on this. So it'll be interesting to see if any developing stories come up. I know if I was in that position, I would have walked. I would have quit. Like, mm-mm. Like that's too much. That's crazy. I've never known any company or any job that's like that. That plus it's already bad enough that they're labeled independent contractors, and for so long, these stars have no insurance or anything like that, and it's ridiculous. It's crazy. Um, and I just thought of one last bit of news that just came to mind that I wanted to mention. So the authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, got released. Um, really a bummer, but I don't know. Part of me just it sucks because they really after they got to the main roster they were not utilized well. Another batch of NXT talent not utilized well on the main roster, but thrived so well in NXT. They were beasts in NXT. Especially, I like the fact that they were being managed by Paul Ellering. I really wasn't feeling them being managed by Drake Maverick. I just no, really didn't like them being managed by Drake Maverick. Just no. Mm-mm. But also at the same time, they were kind of injury prone. I mean, let's be honest. They were injury prone. I mean, timing with those things is bad, but it happened quite often for both of them, and it's unfortunate. It's never fun to see anybody injured, but they were injury prone, unfortunately. So, uh, honestly, I could see them landing maybe in Impact Wrestling. I thought about ROH, but then again, the Soldiers of Savagery are kind of similar in a way. So I don't know. Maybe ROH. I don't know. Um, AEW might be a long shot because I think they're pretty fine on tag teams and stables and stuff. But hey, I mean, if they get picked up at AEW, I'd be cool with it. I don't see it happening, but I'd be cool with it. I like them. I like them when they're healthy and when they're tearing it up because they tore it up in NXT. So hey, but wish them the best and I hope they get picked up soon. I think the Authors of Pain are great. I think they're really great. But anyway, that's all I have. Uh, Let me know what y'all's thoughts are with you know with the Bayley turning on Sasha, with Jay Uso being the number one contender to Roman Reigns' Universal Championship, the Iconics split, um, of course, the Authors of Pain being released. Who do y'all think that woman is with the heels that was on SmackDown, the 30-second promo? Who do y'all think it is? Who do y'all think it is? And yeah, give me your thoughts and feelings on the latest orders from Vince McMahon on putting out the warning that superstars have to cease um third party um they can't engage in third parties. So yeah, let me know what y'all thoughts are on that. And thank you so much for watching. This is Blitzball Champ signing off. I will see y'all soon. Laters.